This is Keith Thompson of Reformed Apologetics Ministries. In this video, we will answer the question, should Christians say the words that OMG or JC represent, or is that blasphemy? If it is blasphemy, then why should Christians be concerned about using such language? Exodus 20 verse 7 states, "You shall not take the name of the Lord your God in vain, for the Lord will not hold him guiltless who takes his name in vain." Unquote. Psalms 139:20 states, "They speak against you with malicious intent, your enemies take your name in vain." Unquote. Commenting on part of the meaning of taking God's name in vain, the great expositor John Gill notes, quote, "Make use of the name Lord or God, or any other name of the epithet of divine being, in a light and trifling way, without any show of reverence of him, and affection to him, whereas the name of God ought never to be mentioned but in a grave and serious manner, and with an awe of the greatness of his majesty upon the mind." Unquote. Likewise, the influential reformer John Calvin comments on Exodus 27, stating, quote, "It is clear that not only when we swear by God, his name is to be reverently honored, but whenever mention of it is made." Unquote. Now, Leviticus 24:10-16 gives insight into what blasphemy or using God's name in vain is, as well as the punishment for such an act in ancient Israel. It states, "Now an Israelite's woman's son, whose father was an Egyptian, went out among the people of Israel, and the Israelite woman's son and a man of Israel fought in the camp, and the Israelite woman's son blasphemed the name and cursed. Then they brought him to Moses. His mother's name was Shelemith, the daughter of Dibri, of the tribe of Dan. And they put him in custody till the will of the Lord should be clear to them. Then the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Bring out of the camp the one who cursed, and let all who heard him lay their hands on his head, and let all the congregation stone him. And speak to the people of Israel, saying, Whoever curses his God shall bear his sin. Whoever blasphemes the name of the Lord shall surely be put to death. All the congregation shall stone him, the sojourner as well as the native, when he blasphemes the name, shall be put to death." Unquote. In verse 11, when it says the Israelite's woman's son blasphemed the name and cursed, the Hebrew word for cursed here is qualal, and it means to make light of. It is the antonym of the Hebrew word for honor or reverence, see Leviticus 19:14. Therefore, using God's name in vain or blaspheming God's name means to use God's name in a light sense devoid of honor. In his work, The Case of the Blasphemer, page 121 and 122, the scholar J. Weingreen notes that using God's name in vain is using it without good reason or purpose. This is what people do when they say OMG or JC. For example, when a girl sees a boy they like, or something of that nature, they will say, OMG, he is so cute. Or if a boy loses in his video game, he may say JC out of anger. This is blasphemy, using God's name in vain. Although these blasphemy punishments were abrogated by Christ, in that people are no longer to stone others for these crimes against God, it is clear that God Almighty still detests this kind of blasphemy, and Christians are ordered to avoid blasphemy in the New Testament. That doesn't change. A true Christian who sees this video will no longer say OMG or JC blaspheming God's name, nor will a true Christian laugh when movies, television, or music use this kind of language which God hates. A true Christian who has been regenerated by God's Spirit will be cautious and avoid using God's name in vain. A better alternative is saying, oh my gosh, or gee whiz, or something of that nature. Thank you.